From Baltimore, welcome inside Oriole Park. We've got baseball on the show. It's the Texas Rangers taking on the Baltimore Orioles. Alongside Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Singing, one of the stories in this one is a highly anticipated Major League debut, and all eyes will be on him as he gets to start on the mound.
I love watching pitching debuts at this level because there's no waiting around to see the rookie in action. You get thrown right into the deep end of the Major League pool. He's center stage from the first inning on. So, like you said, Boog, there's no hiding at all. There's a ton of excitement about this kid's future, and he's about to face the best lineup of his life. So I'm excited to see how he attacks it.
Just about ready to roll. Jackie Robinson stepping in for the Rangers.
42, Jackie Robinson.
And we are underway in game one of the series. The 1-0. Burkett, a big part of the storyline for us today. He's making his debut and hoping to carve out a valuable role in the mound of this ball club. Pitch misses inside. Ball 2.
At this point, it doesn't matter if you're a first rounder or an undrafted free agent. All that matters once you reach this level is producing. Can you help your team get better? It's a big question. That said, you don't want to put too much pressure on your debut. I hope he's taking time to enjoy this experience today.
Line drive, and that's a base hit out into center field. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Batting second, left fielder, number 25.
Here's the veteran outfielder, Barry Bonds. 2 hits for him in yesterday's game. Robinson aboard here at first with nobody out. That one lifted to left. 1 away.
Batting third, first base.
And now we take a look at the Rangers lineup. One out man at first. Here's the veteran first baseman, Willie Stargell, one of the stars in the win yesterday as he had 3 hits. Late on that fastball.
Well, he threw that fastball right by him, gives him a little bit of confidence, but in the back of your mind, you got to think, is he trying to set me up for later in this at bat?
Now a quick throw to first, and he's back in there. Here's a rocket to right field. That's out number 2.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Mantle in the box here and fouls it off for strike 1. The 0-1. That one ripped, but foul. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs.
Right fielder, Jose Bautista.
Next to hit, Jose Bautista. Swing and a miss, strike 1. 2 on, 2 outs. Ripped on the ground to second in plenty of time to first, and that is the inning. Rangers leave a pair, and now the O's will get their first crack at it. No score. You're watching Rangers baseball on the show, Texas. Back here in Baltimore, and on the mound for Texas in this one, Shohei Ohtani. What do we need to know here?
A power pitcher that is going to pitch aggressively with the fastball. His fastball velocity ranks near the top in the league. Will also throw the slider, but if you're a hitter, be ready for the fastball. You're going to see a few of them during your at-bat.
Leading off, Brian Giles.
Oh!
Here's a 1-1. Sliced hard, but foul down the left side. And a 1-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Goes down looking.
Batting second, first baseman, Albert.
All right, let's take a look at the lineup. And it's clear the most important job they have today is getting to the starting pitcher early and often.
No doubt about that. That's the best way to disrupt a game. But can they do it? Certainly something for us to pay attention to in this one, partner.
Albert Pujols, the next to hit for the Orioles. Year in and year out, this guy an MVP candidate. That clips the corner.
That's a ball.
Softly hit to third. Slings to first. Here tonight, an efficient start to the home first,
Batting
2 away.
third, center fielder, Carlos Beltran.
2 down, base is empty. And now the center fielder, Carlos Beltran. Collected 3 hits in the loss yesterday. That one ripped. Makes a nice running catch. And that will end the inning. Nothing for the Orioles in the first. On to the second from Baltimore. No score. Back now at Oriole Park. On now to the top half of inning number 2. George Brett stepping in for the Rangers. Obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average. But one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties. They're so reliant on the matchups nowadays, Chris, and it's huge when you don't have to sit a guy or platoon him.
When you can hit, both sides in terms of pitchers' arms, you're a guy that it's hard to take out of the lineup, and I think it's very important today when everything is under the microscope.
Here's your 1. And that one fouled off. Hit on the ground to the right side. Pujols takes it to the bag and quickly 1 away in the second.
Batting seventh, catcher, number 23.
Here's the catcher, Charles Johnson. And first offering is fouled off. No score here in the second. Comes up empty.
The hitter early and off balance on that swing. If I'm the pitcher, I'm taking a little bit more off. See if you can get him to chase something in the dirt.
No, that's foul.
Clearly trying to stay back a little bit longer for that changeup as he fouls that fastball back.
Swing and a miss and a changeup in the dirt. Gets the out. 2 down after the strikeout.
Batting 8th, shortstop, Derek Jeter.
And that's the first strikeout of his major league career.
And it could be the first of many if he meets the goals he set for himself and the expectations others have for him. He doesn't want to just win games. He wants to dominate at this level.
Do you think young pitchers could sometimes get too caught up in trying to rack up Ks early in their career?
Boog, I think they can. It's kind of like a hitter that doesn't have power. The thrill is still hitting a ball over the fence. And so for a guy, even if he doesn't have power stuff or strikeout stuff, a strikeout is still something that makes him stick his chest out a little bit further.
2 down, nobody on. Rips one to right. And that is that. So they make short work of him there. Down to the bottom of the second. No score. Back here in Baltimore, here's the Oriole cleanup hitter, Roy Campanella.
Oriole Park, still one of the most beautiful ballparks in all of baseball. I can't say another franchise does it better than Baltimore. The opening day ceremony, the players come in from the outfield through the center field wall, long orange carpet, so many fans here. Just a great place.
And a foul ball. That signature warehouse in right field as well. You talk about knowing where you are, a sense of place. I mean, who could forget Griffey hitting the ball off the warehouse in the home run derby? But always when shots are framed, you see that building, you know exactly where you are. Oriole Park.
And when teams started building sort of state-of-the-art ballparks, Baltimore was the first organization to do it up the way that they did. Really created a mold for other organizations to follow when upgrading or building new ballparks.
That's outside. Ball one. Yeah, this really was the first old school new ballpark that we saw in the major leagues. Line drive, base hit. And a good start to the inning.
That is fifth, left fielder, number 40.
So next to hit for Baltimore, Roberto Kelly. Ohtani making his first start of the year. And a 4-time MVP, one of the faces of the league. Close, but called a ball. Ball one.
That was absolute gas. Triple digits on the gun. It's just a different experience as a hitter watching that go by.
Runner on the go. Next offering is fouled back. Swing and a ball lifted left field. Bonds moving under this one. And he makes the catch.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
One out man at first. Terry Pendleton, the next to hit for the Orioles.
Nope, that's inside.
Cold night tonight, Boog, and that's a pretty firm fastball right there. I tell you what, memories of getting jammed, they are creeping into my mind right now.
gets him to chase after that one.
Big time gem right there. I hate it as a hitter, but standing in center field, you can't help but chuckle a little bit.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Campanella leads off first with 1 away. And he grounds one to the right side. And foul ball. Good job to fight that one off. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
Pitcher having a pretty tough time getting that swing and miss. 3rd foul ball in a row.
Here's a 2-2. In the dirt. Ninth pitch of the at-bat due next. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Payoff pitch. High fly ball right field. Bautista gets under it. Makes the grab.
Batting 7th, second baseman, number 6.
Dino Shields digs in now. Out towards right center field. Robinson under it. And that ends the inning. We'll move to the 3rd with no score. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
Shohei Ohtani.
Nope. Ball 1.
Check swing, and he went. That's strike 1. Ohtani with a swing. High fly ball driven deep to right. Bangs off the wall. The relay to second, not in time. That's a leadoff double.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ballgame.
Next to hit, Jackie Robinson. He's 1 for 1, led off the game with a single. Up the middle, and that's a base hit. Here's Ohtani flying around 3rd. The throw's offline, he's saved. On the board first, it's 1 zip.
Mission accomplished there as he picks up the RBI to give him the lead. He kind of muscled that one out there, didn't get the barrel with it, but the important part was that he found a way to stay through the baseball and just drop it into center field.
Now it's going to be Barry Bonds. And that drops in for a strike. Now the 0-1. Swings through the fastball up in the zone. Ground ball right side. Shields sends it to first, and 1 away in the top of the 3rd.
Up next for the Rangers, first baseman, Willie Stargell.
So now with 1 away and a man at second, Up next for the Rangers, Willie Stargell. He's 0 for 1. And he swings and misses at the initial offering. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2.
Well, pretty clear to me. He was trying to go deep right there, but you got to get a pitch that you can handle.
Man at second. That's a laser base hit. Here comes Jackie flying around third. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 2.
Comes through with the RBI. Love how he just kept it simple there. Didn't come out of his mechanics. Nice tight swing, hard hit ball.
So now it's the 4-hole hitter, Mickey Mantle. 1 for 1. He singled to left his first time through. And an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish. Not far out of the zone, but it was a ball. So they'll lose their first challenge. And that's in there for a strike, and now it's even. Late on that fastball. Man at first, 1 away. That one just misses. Time called. The 2-2 will have to wait just a second. Fights it off. He'll see another. Stargell stands at first with 1 out. In the air to left center. Kelly has a beat on it. 2 down.
Up next for the Rangers, right fielder Jose Bautista.
Jose Bautista getting ready to hit. Grounded out his first time.
Good pitch right there. Anytime you can get one by a bat of this caliber, especially with runners on, it's got to give you some confidence out there on the mound that you can win this battle.
In the air, right field, Giles should have this one, and that'll do it. But 2 runs for him, and they jump ahead. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. It's the Rangers 2 and the Orioles nothing. This is Rangers baseball on the show, Texas. Set for the bottom of the third, digging in, number 19, trying to pick up his first knock in the big leagues. That one finds the zone. 0-1. That clips the corner.
Probably the best one we have seen. Throwing it where he wanted to, have a nice tight spin to it, and a teaser just off the edge of the plate.
That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going.
Really good slider. He's up there just hoping that it ends up off the plate away.
Challenge from behind the dish here, so the call stands. That knocks them down to 1 challenge left.
Really close pitch down around the knees there, and you could see him asking where it missed. Probably doesn't agree, but it appears he's ready to move on to the next pitch.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Ouch, that one drilled him. Still able to get it there in time. And they get it out of the play. And now they'll hustle out to check on him. That was quite a shot he took as you see him down on a knee.
Yeah, clearly in some real pain, but he will not want to come out of this game if he doesn't have to. It's looking to me like he's going to try to shake it off and continue.
So here's the Orioles pitcher, John Burkett.
Goodness, I think he just took the best pitch he's going to see in this at bat. You don't get many like that in that location. I don't know if you take that pitch against any pitcher out there on the mound.
0-1. Puts it in the air out towards left center. Mantle on the move. Out. Number 2.
Now batting, right fielder, number 24.
Brian Giles, the next to hit for the Orioles. Struck out looking in the bottom of the first. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. That is the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Orioles. They trail it here 2-0. Back now at Oriole Park. Onto the fourth. George Brett stepping in for the Rangers. And a big swing and a miss.
Wow. That's not even close to the zone.
Yeah, that's fouled off.
Pretty standard high 0-2 fastball right there. If you're smart, you'll look for something down in the zone, but not too far. Don't want to chase that breaking ball in the dirt.
And that one hammered, carrying well. Makes the catch up against the wall.
Now batting, catcher, number 23.
And here's the catcher, Charles Johnson. He's 0 for 1. The 0-2.
I don't think he was trying to miss by that much in an 0-2 count. Just tried to overthrow that pitch.
Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Campanella comes up with it over to first. Out on the drop third strike. 2 gone.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Stepping in, Derek Jeter. Two down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4. That's a strike, and now it's even 1-1. This one in the air, right field, and it stays fair. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. Now the tag at second, and he's out, trying for 2. That's out number 3.
Batter tried to stretch that one into a double, but he wasn't about to let that happen. Nice job to get to the ball and fire that one into second just in time to get the out and end the inning.
Back here in Baltimore, here's a big power threat. Albert Pujols.
Albert Pujols.
You know, these Orioles, to put it bluntly, need to put together more competitive at-bats, and I don't think they've lived up to their own expectations at the plate. I think things are happening a little quicker than this offense would like, and we see it in the numbers. They're hitting into a lot of outs early in the at-bat.
One down.
Up next for the Orioles.
And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one.
Beltran.
So next to hit for Baltimore, Carlos Beltran. This guy is one of the best athletes in the sport. Check swing called strike. It's 0-1.
Now this guy is just filling up the strike zone right now. Don't want to get yourself in an 0-2 hole. You better be ready to pull the trigger on the first pitch.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another. The 0-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. The Orioles down by a pair. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. Just misses with that one.
Caught a break right there. Pretty good pitch on the outside corner.
Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
5 foul balls in this at bat so far, and these two are going head to head. You can see the crowd. They're starting to get into it a little bit more and more each pitch, even though there hasn't been a ball in play yet.
Zips it to first. He made the pitcher earn that out after a long at bat.
Oh, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Roy Campanella stepping in now. 1 for 1 with a single so far.
Up.
That's a bullet, but it goes foul. Two down, nobody on. And the 0-2. This one popped up. Foul ground first base side. And that one is foul, so we'll try it again.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
And they'll do it again. The 1-2.
No, that's a ball.
This one smoked on its way out of here. Roy Campanella sends it out of here. third home run of the season, and they're on the scoreboard. It's 2-1. He kept swinging, and it paid off.
Well, that was a battle, Boog, and he just kept taking his cuts. Finally squared one up. High velocity up and in is just such a difficult location for the hitter, but this time he pulls the hands tight to the body, gets through this pitch. What conviction in that swing. Awesome job at the plate.
So 2 down. Roberto Kelly will hit next. That one found hard the other way. Foul ball there.
It's so hard to slow yourself down when you see that juicy breaking ball, but the most success happens when you try to take that right back up the middle approach.
Oh.
Fouls it off. Still 1-2. On a line, base hit. And the tying run is on base.
He was all over that one. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
And time is called for a mound visit now. Big moment in this game, so they'll talk it over. At the plate, Terry Pendleton.
Boog, over 80% of his first pitches are strikes. You're doing that, you could have a really good day out there on the mound.
Oh.
Swing and a foul out of play. Runner on the go. There's a ball. Throw, save. That's a stolen base.
Couldn't have picked a better pitch to go on. It looked like he was going no matter what, but you steal bases so many times off the pitcher. You get that jump there. And if the catcher's great, he can make up the time. But if you've got good speed, he's not going to make it up.
That one is absolutely belted. And it bangs off the out-of-town scoreboard. Around from second is the tying run. In with a double, and the go-ahead runs at second with 2 out.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. And now Dino Shields, 0 for 1 with a flyout. Check swing went around, and that is strike 1. Right through there for a strike.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball. Block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. They limit the damage here. We've played 4. We are tied 2-2. All set for the start of the inning. Here's Shohei Ohtani.
This is a batter right here who really produces in these night games, and we saw the latest example of it in his first AB.
Swings over the top of that one.
Well, these Rangers doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. The numbers tell us they're averaging more than a hit every inning, and they've only struck out twice, so they keep finding ways to put their bat on the ball.
The 0-1. And that is out of play. In the air, left field. And he can't quite get there. It's a foul ball. The 0-2. That one almost got him. Got him looking. That's a strikeout. So Singy's given up his fair share of hits in his debut, but he's done a good job of limiting the damage. What are you seeing?
I'm sure the game is moving a little quicker than normal today for the rookie, and that's totally fine. I think you bring up a great point, though, Boog. He's shown he can really battle out there, work his way out of some jams, so I think this debut should be a confidence builder for him.
That one not close. Ball 3. To the right side. One away here in the 5th.
Up next for the Rangers.
And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. So the Rangers batting order turns over. Jackie Robinson, the next to hit.
Good swing out of him last time. Ripped a liner into center.
And a foul ball. All tied up, and we're at the top of the 5th. Out front, rip foul. Struck him out looking.
Well, he went up there trying to be aggressive, that's for sure, hacking at those first 2 pitches, but clearly that last one fooled him. He could have been sitting on something else entirely, but you want to be able to adjust on 0-2 and at least get a swing off when it's in the zone. Maybe choke up, maybe spread out your stance a little bit. You got to give the guy credit on the mound, though. He went right after him.
Barry Bonds stepping in for the Rangers. Two down, nobody on.
Let's see if he's willing to use the whole field right here. Definitely pounding him away.
Slides for the stop. Over to first. And very nicely done for the out. Nothing doing for the Rangers. Score remains deadlocked at 2-2. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Leading off, number 19.
And there's one thing on his mind this at bat, getting that first hit at the big league level.
New pitcher now, Satchel Paige.
Well, they didn't get much length out of their starter in this one, so they've got a lot of outs to eat up in that bullpen. I think they'll look for some length out of him right here if they can get it. You know, these Orioles, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. They've hit 7 line drives already, and even though some of them have been for outs, there's nothing wrong with delivering consistent, hard contact. That's almost always going to lead to positive results.
Next one misses. 3 balls, no strikes. It's a leadoff walk, and that's the go-ahead run.
He did not take the bat off his shoulder the entire at bat.
And now it's going to be John Burkett. Puts a bunt down, and that goes foul. bunting, but that's a foul ball. 0-2 now. Trying to move him over here. Stargell takes it himself. They retire the pitcher on a textbook sacrifice bunt.
That's a good piece of hitting right there. The job was to move the runner up and give your team a chance to score the go-ahead run. That's exactly what happened, so you better believe your teammates are happy with you after that at bat.
Swung on, belted. That one back there, and a foul ball. 1 out. The go-ahead run is at second.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit's probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
Swing, and he popped it up. Brett. And there's 2 away.
Well, that's a frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter right there. I mean, that pitch was right down the middle. I think he got a little too excited, came out of his mechanics. And instead of driving that ball somewhere, he popped it up. Unfortunate for him.
Pujols up to bat next. Lays off for a ball. And fouled off. The Rangers trying to keep this a 2-2 game. Last half of inning number 5. Pitch misses there, and that's ball 2. Fastball for a strike. Man on second, 2 down. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Outside low. Full count now. Carlos Beltran would be next. Big bat with a potentially huge opportunity. Man at second. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Now a pop-up on the infield. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. Through 5, all even at 2-2. Back here in a close one, and a look now at some of the biggest plays from the game. Willie Stargell stepping in for the Rangers.
First baseman, Willie Stargell.
First sign of movement in the Orioles bullpen. Number 44, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Number 68 getting cranked up as well. The 1-0. Right through there for a strike. Hit hard, but foul off to the left. Towards first. He steps on the bag. Now 1 gone in the top of the 6th. Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. John Burkett will depart, and a pretty decent effort out of him. Tie ball game. New arm out of the pen when we get back.
Now pitching.
The new pitcher in the
Orioles.
game, Billy Taylor.
Number 23.
And this is the best way to make your major league debut. No one on base.
Yeah, you're already going to be a little nervous out there, so I think it's a nice job by the skipper to get him in here without any added pressure with traffic on the bases.
Next to bat, the Texas cleanup hitter, Mickey Mantle. He is singled and he is flied to left.
Ball, low.
All tied up, and we're the top half of the sixth.
Well, that's really the money spot, down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
1-1 now. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. 2 quick outs to open the top of the sixth. No messing around with the pitch calling in that sequence right there. 4 pitches, all fastballs.
Yeah, and that makes me think that was the plan before the at-bat even started. If you think you can simply just beat a guy with only your fastball, why throw him anything else until he shows you he can handle it?
So next to hit for Texas, Jose Bautista. And that's through there for a strike. And it's 0-1. Two down, nobody on. And a big swing and a miss.
He finds himself in a tough situation early. Just got to try to simplify it. Take a knock the other way if you can.
And down on strikes. And that is that. Home half of the 6th inning coming up. Deadlocked to 2 apiece. Back now at Oriole Park. Well, we go bottom 6. Carlos Beltran now at the plate.
Ball. Strike. Ooh.
Out to short. Jeter fires over to first. And that's 1 out as they get the leadoff hitter in the 6th.
Up next for the Orioles, catcher.
Here's the power hitting catcher, Roy Campanella.
Hit an absolute tape measure shot last time up.
That
Ball.
one misses.
Outside.
And that is ball 1.
Ball.
He's
High.
just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike. But so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone. And the last 2 pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
Didn't miss by too much, but it'll stay a ball. No challenges left for them now.
Huh.
Well, that's that slurve right there. He threw it extremely well. He talked about just a ton of breaks. So tough to get that barrel to.
Here's the 2-2. Swings and misses. The high heat, too much on that one.
We're going to take a look at the pitch sequence of that at bat, and the thing to notice are the pitch locations. Every single one of them on the edges of the strike zone, and as a hitter, that can be pretty frustrating because you don't expect the pitcher to be able to make quality pitches one after another like that. And so those are tough spots to do damage, and a great demonstration of pitch command, and it got him a punch out that time.
Now, Roberto Kelly. Nice grab. Takes it himself, and he got him. Nicely done at first for the out. Orioles held in check there. Score remains 2-2. Back here in Baltimore, we go to the top of the 7th. George Brett stepping in for the Rangers. And there's a foul ball. Center field. Beltran settles underneath it. And there's one down.
Now batting, catcher, number 23.
Here's the catcher, Charles Johnson. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. The 0-2 in the air, right field, and a couple of quick outs.
Up next for the Rangers, shortstop, Derek Jeter.
Here's the shortstop at the plate. Derek Jeter, 1 for 2.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
2 down, nobody on. Here in the top half of inning number 7. Just missed. Late with the swing there. Now he steps out of the box as he asks for time. Swing and a miss. That K is his 3rd of the game. 1-2-3 go the Rangers. And this game is still tied at 2-2. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary.
Third baseman, Terry Pendleton. Now pitching for
Warren
Texas.
Spahn gets the
Number
ball now.
22,
And Boog, the
Warren
offense
Spahn.
needs to be ready for the screwball. It's not a pitch you see very often, so it's tough to pick up, and it's a good one.
Right through there for a strike. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So the go-ahead run is on base with a knock. Now it's the second baseman, Dino Shields.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
Yeah, that's in for a strike. 0-1.
If you're a base runner, you've got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get in the scoring position.
Flips it. Got him. Nice play.
Good that they weren't overzealous there. Just take the sure out. Keep the runner out of scoring position.
Shortstop, number 19.
Go ahead run on base. And the batter will be the shortstop. Ground ball could be 2. Brett over to second, and that's 2.
Well, we can never overstate it. Pitcher's best friend right there. Double play, gets out of the jam, saves some pitches.
A discussion happening at home plate now, and I think they're making a double switch.
This change. for
Number
the
44
Orioles.
on the pitch now
playing
as he'll
shortstop,
move into the
number
8th spot in the
17.
lineup with the double switch here. Number 17, he'll move into the 9th spot in the lineup. Back to the top of the 8th, and they'll go with a pinch hitter to start the inning. Luis Gonzalez.
Pretty surprised they're going with a pitcher off the bench here, Boog. I mean, they must be trying to save what they have left in terms of position players for later or something.
A bit behind with that swing. It's strike 1. Left field. And a quick out, number 1.
Up next for the Rangers, second baseman, Jackie Robinson.
Here's the second baseman, Jackie Robinson.
Went down looking on 3 pitches last time. Let's see if he can be a little more aggressive right here.
On the ground, Shields. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 8th. Now the left fielder,
Now
Barry
left
Bonds.
fielder, number
0 for 3 in
25.
this one. Fouled off left side. Two down, nobody on. And we're in the top of the 8th.
Way to lay off that fastball up right there. You're looking for something you see well that you can handle, but you also have to keep the discipline so that you're not popping up pitches that are just a little too high.
Oh, he doesn't get the call. And it's 2-1. Catcher challenge. We'll take another look. And on further review, it was a strike. So they get to hang on to their second challenge. Time called now. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. And that is that. 3 up, 3 down for him there. Home half of inning number 8 straight ahead. We are tied 2-2.
Now pitching for
Back
Texas.
now, new pitcher on the
Number
mound as we
50.
roll into the bottom of the 8th, number 50. He's making his second appearance of the season. Here's the shortstop
Leading
at
off
the
for the
plate.
Orioles,
Getting his
the
first appearance here in the 8th
shortstop,
after entering off the
17.
bench defensively. That breaking ball drops in for a strike. Fastball for a strike. Foul ball, still 0-2.
Ball.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Ring him up, says Clyde Washington.
Now
That's a
batting,
strikeout.
Right fielder, number 24.
Here's the Orioles leadoff hitter, Brian Giles. Not your prototypical leadoff guy. Gets on base, yes, but also some power. Swing and a ball hammered left field. That one carrying out of here. And they grab the lead in the 8th. It's 3-2.
That right there is a game changer, and it might end up being the most important swing of the game. That's the exact definition of hitting the ball where it's pitched, taking that outside fastball and driving it the opposite way out of the ballpark. You want to bottle that type of approach.
Next to hit, Albert Pujols. Here comes the 0-1. And that's in there at the knees for a strike.
Well, he didn't like those first 2 pitches. Now in an 0-2 hole, he's going to have to battle, hope he gets a mistake.
And the slider just misses. He goes down looking.
Well executed pitch on the outside part of the
Next
plate.
for the Orioles, center fielder, Carlos
2 outs, base is
Beltran.
empty. Here's the center fielder, Carlos Beltran.
Oh.
In there at the knees. That's strike 1. And he swings through that one.
A 1-2 count, all he's seen is fastball. You've got to expect something off speed. Stay back.
Fights that one away. Still 1-2. Two down, nobody on. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. 1 hit in the inning, a solo homer. Through 8 full, the Orioles lead it 3-2. Last chance coming up here for the Rangers.
Now pitching for the
J.C.
Orioles,
Romero takes over on the
number
mound.
34.
And I can't imagine any save is an easy one. You're holding a small lead on the scoreboard, and you know those hitters are going to give you the best at-bats they can. So it's always high stress. Let's see what he's got here to try and close it out.
There's the strike.
Late in the game, everyone gets a little tighter. Way to get ahead on a really good hitter right there.
Looking to get the tying run on base.
That pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge. Just changing planes and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
He struck him out. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth.
Well, we saw a solid effort out of their starter, and the bullpen is following suit. It's just a good day as a manager or as a pitching coach when you can hand the ball off to multiple arms and get stability from all of their performances.
Next to bat will be the Texas cleanup hitter, Mickey Mantle. 1 for 3. Fought off foul. This one driven deep, way back there, and it's gone. We are tied.
This one feels far from over, Boog. Who knows how this game's going to play out now? That's exactly the pitch he was looking for. Crushes it and hits it out of the ballpark.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. Jose Bautista stepping in for the Rangers.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
Swing and a miss. There's the changeup. One out, base is empty, and a run in here at the top of the ninth. Out towards right center field. He's got it, and there's 2 down.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
Now the third baseman, George Brett. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a ground out. Next pitch misses. 2 balls, no strikes.
When you get ahead in the count, there's no doubt that the success rate goes up, and that's what he's been doing. It's made a big impact for him in recent games.
Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck.
Ground rule
High bounce
double.
takes it over the fence for an automatic double.
The automatic double kind of feels like enjoying cruise control in your car, Boog. You don't need to keep the pedal down as you cruise into second base. Just no worries in the world. You know what? He put a really good swing on that one.
So the go-ahead run is into scoring position. Johnson getting ready to hit. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a flyout. Right through there for a strike. Man on second, 2 down. That one a little bit high, and it's 1-1. Not far out of the zone, but it was a ball. So they're now out of challenges. And time called at the plate. Maybe trying to slow things down here in a crucial spot. And it's second. And he chases that one below the zone.
Well, if he's going to do something special right here, it's going to have to happen with 2 strikes.
And now it's 1-2. Liner snagged it first. But this clutch home run gets us even again. We're tied now at 3 apiece. Bottom 9, and they've got a chance at a walk-off in this tie game. Now the Orioles catcher, Roy Campanella. And time is called for a mound visit now. Big moment in this game, so they'll talk it over.
Now pitching for Texas.
Pitching change here,
Number
Jeff
55.
Russell. Sliced hard but foul.
Nope, outside.
Check swing went around, and that is strike 2. Got him swinging for the strikeout. A huge out to start the bottom of the ninth.
Came inside with that 2-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with 2 strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
Kelly batting with 1 down, takes a strike. The 0-1. Slapped hard the other way, but foul.
Look out. That ball was smoked. Man, I am so relieved that they have this netting down the lines. Just ensures safety for the fans. Last thing as a player, you want to look up and see a fan get hit.
Bounce to the right side. Robinson whips it to first. That's it out.
Next for the Orioles, third baseman Terry Pendleton.
And now it's switch hitting third baseman Terry Pendleton, known for his late inning heroics. The other way, in the air to make the catch.
Make a great catch like that. It's all about timing the jump. His timing was perfect. Excellent grab, and he comes down with it. The inning is over.
Back now at Oriole
Leading off
Park.
for the Rangers,
On to extra
shortstop,
innings.
Derek
Jeter digs in now. Late swing fouled off. That's a base hit. A leadoff single, and the go-ahead run is aboard.
Always feels amazing getting a job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your own individual stats. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there. And now let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
So they're making a move for a bat off the bench. Edgar Martinez.
Oh, great spot. He's looking to come through with that go-ahead run on base.
Base hit right there. Tough spot for the pinch hitter, and he delivers.
One of the hardest things to do in the game, to stay mentally and physically ready for the big opportunity, and he came through for his club right there.
And now a meeting near home plate, so it looks like we're going to have a double switch here.
This change
coming out for the Orioles, number 68.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
Next up for Texas, Jackie Robinson.
If you don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against him.
And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1. Popped up. Infield fly called there.
Now batting, left fielder, number 25.
Go-ahead run on base, Barry Bonds. And a dangerous hitter coming to the plate. This guy with light tower power. Swinging a foul out of play.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
2 on, 1 out. Up the middle. Base hit into center field. Around third. He'll score. It's an RBI single, and they lead it in the 10th.
Well, he comes through clutch with the RBI single. That was big. Just a simple soft liner into center field for the knock right there. Maybe a little bit fooled by the pitch, but he did a good job of staying through it, and that allowed him to fight it off and just get enough behind it.
Willie Stargell stepping in for the Rangers. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Traffic on the bases with one already in here in the top half of the 10th. In the air, right field, Giles. Under it. He makes the grab. Runner tagging from third. He'll score the sac fly, and it's a 2-run lead in extra innings.
So many times that one gets out of here and into the seats, but he'll take the sac fly RBI. Good job to get that run in from third.
Mantle stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball. Activity in the bullpen for Baltimore. Edward Bizzardo up and throwing. Burkhart getting loose as well. A little bit high, maybe. Ball 2. Looked like a strike to me, and here comes the challenge. It just shaved the zone. They'll keep their remaining challenge. 2 runs across in the inning, and here in extra innings. Now before the 1-1, time is called. The 1-1. In the air to left center, on the move to the gap. And that is that. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. Last chance to even things up. We head to the bottom of inning number 10. It's the Rangers 5 and the Orioles 3. You're watching Rangers baseball on the show, Texas.
Now pitching for Texas.
We're back, and on the mound is the
43,
closer, Dennis Eckersley.
Eckersley.
He comes in with a chance for his 2nd save of the season. Digging in, Tino Shields. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most.
Well, he gets to balls that get by most people at that position. Just really impressive because there are certain times the ball comes off the bat, automatically that team that hit it thinks that they've got a base hit, or they may have extra bases, and he just takes it away.
1 up, 1 down.
Now batting, left fielder.
Here's the left
25.
fielder looking for his first big league hit right here. Close,
No,
but called the ball. And it's 1-0. He'll challenge, thought that was a ball. And that one just barely missed. The call is overturned. So they get to hang on to their 2nd challenge. The Rangers trying to close out a 2-run lead here in extra innings. On the ground, right side. And that one handled. Fires over to first. That's the 2nd out.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 17.
So it's their last chance in this one. And next for the Orioles, number 17. Went down on strikes his first time through. Pitch misses.
That's a ball.
Ball 1. And the call stands. It was indeed a ball. So that removes their last challenge. Good eye at the plate. They'll overturn the call. They'll keep their remaining challenge. 2 down, nobody on. And we're in the last half of the 10th. Eckersley, multi-time All-Star. He features a slider, a sinker, and he works in a 4-seamer. And that'll do it. Ball game. The Rangers take game 1 of the series on the road.
Nice work out of the bullpen for that first MLB win, Boog. They turned to him when they didn't have the lead. He kept things steady, and he's rewarded with the W.
A 5-3 final score in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.